Hey everybody, this is Mayonnaise here. Just wanted to share a quick update for version 0.3 of Capoeira Fighter 3 Legacy that is out right now and downloadable for free on itch.io. I will post a link in the description of the video. I want to thank everybody for playing and for posting all your comments on the Discord and sharing your feedback. This game is just a fun side project that I tinker with on the side to continue to develop my programming and game design skills. And there's no way I can test it all. And so your feedback is critical and super helpful to make the game better for everyone. So updates on this build. First of all, Capoeira Fighter 1 and Capoeira Fighter 2 are included in the build. Now, a few caveats with that. Capoeira Fighter 1 was one of the first Flash projects I ever did back, I think it was probably the year 2000, and I was just learning how to do computer animation and just learning how to program, and so it is a very basic demo. Nevertheless, it should be fun to see a little bit of the history and roots of what eventually became the Capoeira Fighter series. Capoeira Fighter 2 was my BFA project at BYU, and it is, I think, 15 frames a second, so it's pretty chunky, but you can see the steps of progress from Capoeira Fighter 1 to Capoeira Fighter 2, and again, a fun piece of history. And of course, version 0.3 of Capoeira Fighter 3 Legacy. Some of the things that have been fixed: first of all, the tutorial mode now loads properly, and you can select the stage and learn how to play the game. Also, the hyperbar bug has been fixed. There was a case where if both characters that you had the same type of hyper, it would not refresh the amount of hyper you had left when you tagged out, but that has been addressed. Please let me know if you run into any more issues. So two big updates on version 0.3. The AI has been significantly refined. I've done another pass on how the AI moves, so it should be much more natural. I've changed how aggressive they are, so they will be more likely to initiate the first hit, and they will be a little better at combos and a little more likely to use their hyper abilities. I just felt like it was a little too easy and they just weren't quite engaging enough. Let me know how you feel about the difficulty. If it's getting too hard, we can dial it back. Let me know in the comments. Also, they are smarter about tagging out and smarter about blocking, and they should just be a lot more natural and fun to play. The other big update in this version is significant modifications to how damage is calculated. There has been an overall reduction of about 5% on the damage across the board, and the damage hyper ability has been significantly reduced from an extra 50% damage to only an extra 30% damage. The reason we made this change was to make sure that when you're playing tag team, where the health of the characters is significantly reduced, that landing a Hyper 3 combo would not obliterate them. As it was, Zumbi Azul, if he did a Hyper 3 combo on a tag team character, pretty much would kill them, and that's just a little too powerful and making the game less fun. So, also, the effect of Ashe on damage has been reduced slightly, just to create a more even curve from the weakest character, Kuan Yin Shen, to the strongest character, Zumbi Azul. And we've also adjusted the difference between the characters, so it's a little bit tighter. So Kuan Yin Shen is a little closer to Zumbi Azul in damage, and everybody in between. The amount of damage that happens when you hit a wall or fall to the ground after being hit has been reduced. That's kind of a unique design aspect to Capoeira Fighter, that there's inherent damage with how hard you hit the wall or how hard you hit the ground to encourage that special dodge. Even when the combo's done and you're flying through the air, you can still recover some damage if you escape. However, I felt like it was a little too strong still, especially some hypers that launched you into the air or hit you against the wall were just a little too much more powerful than the other characters. So this should bring it, just make it feel a little tighter and be a little more balanced. Some other minor adjustments: poison, the amount of ashe and hyper drain that it does, slightly reduced just to make it a little more balanced with the other hyper abilities. Venom, the damage that it does over time, has been slightly increased so that it for sure will do more damage than just a regular damage hyper combo, but it takes longer time, so that should be interesting. Double hit jump attacks, like Mayonese's jump attack where he kicks with both legs. I made the spacing and the timing there a little tighter so you can jump in and land both kicks on a jump attack a little more easily. In general, attack recovery time is just a little bit slower, so I think I added 1 frame of recovery, and that also I think is just going to help the game feel a little more balanced and interesting to play. Now, finally, we have a couple characters that have been nerfed and a couple characters that have been buffed. Watching my kids play, I felt that Zumbi Azul was still just a little OP, so I made all of his moves a little bit slower. They still combo, but they should be a little easier to anticipate and block. Kuan Yin Shen has been buffed a bit by making his special attacks move forward more. So his back kick special, flying kick, and his sweep kick, and his punch, they all move forward a little more, making it easier to do combos with him. Angulero's hat attacks, his special and his hyper, have both had their hitboxes adjusted to feel a little more consistent with how they work, so he should be a little more fun to play. That's it for version 0.3. For version 0.4, we'll see when that comes, probably a month or two. Again, this is just a free thing I do on the side for fun to develop my game design and programming skills. And thank you for being a part of this and for giving all the feedback on the Discord. I will post a link to the Discord in the description so that you can join and be a part of the community. I'm thinking about including Capoeira Fighter 3 Classic in the 0.4 update, so you would have all 4 versions of Capoeira Fighter: the original demo, Capoeira Fighter 1, and Capoeira Fighter 2, my BFA project, and then Capoeira Fighter 3 Classic from back in the day, and Capoeira Fighter 3 Legacy, which will continue to be refined and developed with the community. Once again, thank you so much for playing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.